Boom, welcome back, guys. Okay, let us ride on. We stop here and then let's proceed. Okay. This is texture. This texture, it means if when you have a shape or a text and you have a particular thing, maybe you have downloaded and you want your text or your shape to have that texture in it, then you just click on texture and then you pick that thing, right? And you pick that thing, your shape or your text is going to have that thing. Let me show you guys. For example, I have some things I have downloaded. Let me just show us this so that we understand better what I'm talking about. Okay, for example, like here. Mm, okay, let's just say I want my text to have this texture. I just click it and I take the check mark. Boom, you can see it, guys. Look very well, you can see the texture of my text has changed. Ooh, that is how you go about it. And you see that it now looks more attractive than it was just plain like that. This is how you go about it. Okay, let's just quickly do this. We add a shape, right? We add a shape and then we just scroll. This is the texture of shapes, and then let's just quickly do something, guys. Oh, just quickly. Oh, I want my shape to have this texture. This one, since the shape is square, I just take the one by one dimension. This is it. Here are the different dimensions here. Okay, so I just check, and this is it. This is my shape. You can see it. Boom. Okay, let's write on with the text. Okay, I've told you, anytime you have something to do with the text, you must always come to this A before you can work on your text. Okay, we are at texture. This is opacity, is just the to reduce the brightness, to reduce, how do I call it? Can I call it the brightness of a text or a shape? The transparency. Oh, the word was missing. So it just the transparency of the shape or object. As you can see, when I reduce the opacity, it is looking transparent. When I increase, oh, that's just that about opacity. Mostly use this on backgrounds. When we are working on background, manipulating backgrounds, you must have seen me using it in some videos, flyers. Don't worry, you understand perfectly well as we continue. Okay, let's ride on. You have rotate already. You can rotate it, your text, to have the direction you want. Anyhow you want it, you can rotate it. And also your shapes or pictures, you can rotate them as you want. Okay, let us ride on, guys. This is the max tool. The max tool is it how can I explain the max tool easily to you guys? Okay, it can you can it works like the like crop, like the crop option, but this one, it does it in a very stylish form that you can adjust it the way you want, right? For example, I may want my text to be cut out in a stylish manner like this, right? But if it is the crop, it will just be straight. Either it cuts down straight or cuts sidewardly straight. But this one, it does it stylishly. That we call it the mask tool. It is masking your object or your text in a stylish manner, right? Good. Don't worry, we are going to be seeing it while designing, and we'll get adapted to it, right? Okay, boom. Let's write on. This is the fonts here. You just change your fonts. There are different type of default fonts, but I have my own fonts that I've installed. I will show you how to install them, guys. Don't worry about that. It's not a big deal. When you learn and master your skills, I'll make a video and show you how to download your own fonts and then you install them. Okay, let's write on. That is that about fonts. Okay, okay, okay. This is style. We are on style now. Style. That is, you can bold your text, you can italize your text, you can underline your text. And this one now is to cancel the style you have done, right? That's just that's definitely about style, all about style. Okay, then you have the curve. This curve, you can curve your text outwardly or inwardly depending on what you want to achieve, right? Okay, this text background, when you open and enable it, it is adding a a background to your text. For example, if we activate this now, you may not be seeing it well now because the text is on the black background, right? But if we take it down where it is not black, you will now see it. Okay, and this, you can change the color of it if you want. You can change the color if you want, right? Any color. You can also use gradient color if you want. That is it, right? Yeah. Then let's move on. Alignment, alignment, alignment. Let me tell you something. Alignment, just like it is part of editing the text, but in graphic design as a whole, alignment is very important. You must have your work aligned perfectly well. When your work is well aligned, you will see that it will look so attractive. So alignment, you will have the left alignment, the center, and the right alignment, depending on what you want to achieve, right? Okay, then you have spacing. You can increase the spacing, reduce the spacing, depending on what you want to achieve, right? Okay, then you have line spacing. The first one was text spacing, right? Letter spacing, let me say, put it that way. Letter spacing, right? Okay, the next one is line spacing. If you have like two lines, then okay, like this. Now you can increase the spacing or reduce the spacing of the lines, right? Simple and straightforward. Let's not waste time on that. This is a stroke. You can add a stroke to your shape. You can add a stroke. Let me change the color so that you see it well. What color am I going to use that will really show what I'm talking about? Green is not going to be showing well because green is already there. Let's use blue. You can see, you can increase your stroke, you can reduce. I'm sure you have been seeing text in this format a lot, right? This is how they do it. Yeah, you can always use the gradient for part of it also. Yeah, that's basically just that. Okay, you have a shadow. You can add a shadow to your text. As you can see, there's a shadow popping up. Let me change the color of the shadow also. Yeah, you can see there's a shadow. If you look very well, you will see a shadow. When I'm increasing it, that's a shadow, right? You can offset it at x axis or y axis depending on what you want to achieve, right? Good. Okay, there is also an inner shadow, beautifies your text inwardly. The shadow is inward inside the text. The other one is under the text, or at the back of the text, whatever. Just know that the other one is shadow and outer shadow, and the other one is inner shadow. The inner shadow is inside the text. Yes, inside. Okay, let's write on, guys. You understand perfectly all of this when we are working. Then the emboss beautifies your text. As you can see, when you take emboss, it makes your text look smooth. Yeah, that is the word. Okay, perspective. You can activate the perspective and adjust your text how you want it to look like. It's just crazy. Yeah, you may have seen some text like this. You are wondering, but how did they achieve this? That is just through perspective, right? Okay, that's just about it. You have the 3D rotation. 3D y-axis, you can make it look like if it is lying. How about that? As you can see the movement depending on what you want to achieve. The y-axis, you can make it look like this or like this, depending on what you want to achieve. Okay, then you have the 3D text. You activate the 3D, it just prolong the text behind, right? So you can increase the depth, right? Or you can reduce the depth depending on what you want to achieve, right? Okay, let's write on. You have 3D shadow. When you activate, you will give your text a shadow, right? You can increase or reduce the opacity of the shadow depending on how you want it to be. You can make it blurry or depending on expand it depending on what you want to achieve, right? You have text reflection. It makes your text to be reflected, right? Just like reflection, mirror reflection. Okay guys, let me not make this video too long. We are going to proceed in the we are going to continue in our next video. See you in our next video.